I have a message for the people of Lebanon. Israel's war is not with you. It's with Hezbollah. To defend our people against Hezbollah strikes, we must take out those weapons. Once our operation is finished, you can come back safely to your homes.
On Saturday, IDF posted on X a graphic similar to the one you see on your screen. It shows the Hezbollah chain of command featuring the top 9 terrorist leaders. According to the IDF, all but 3 of these 9 were killed in Israel's attacks on Friday. Also on Saturday, Israeli military posted this photo. It shows 2 Hamas terrorists, the IDF says, held 6 Israeli hostages in the tunnels beneath Gaza. 2 weeks ago, those 6 hostages were discovered in those tunnels. They were executed with shots to the back of their heads. Those 2 Hamas terrorists in the IDF photo are now dead. And now, what could be a turning point in the war with Hamas, there are reports that we cannot yet confirm that most senior and most sought-after Hamas terrorist leader, Yahya Sinwar, may be dead. Israeli intelligence officials are still investigating. So where does all this leave the Gaza ceasefire? Well, today the Times of Israel is reporting that the Biden administration has given Israeli officials a draft proposal of a new Gaza ceasefire deal. It's still under review. Meanwhile, today, President Joe Biden hosted the President of the United Arab Emirates at the White House. Together, they discussed the Gaza ceasefire and the rising tension between Lebanon and Israel. Former international spokesperson for the Israel Defense Forces, Major Doron Spielman, joins me. Good evening, sir. And just as a quick note, I don't know if you saw what was on what we showed before you were here as a guest. I know that many Americans are grateful to Israel for eliminating the man we've been looking for 41 years, Abraham Akil, and thank you to Israel. You got him for us. So just a thanks.
Well, I have to tell you, Greta, looking at the piece you did is so honorable, and I don't know any other news station that would have the courage and the insight in order to do that. Abraham Akil was not only a terrorist that killed so many Americans, he was killed in a meeting with other senior Hezbollah commanders in which he was planning to carry out another attack against Israelis that was just like the attack he carried out against the Americans 41 years ago. They were literally planning another October 7th attack that was going to be carried out imminently against the people of Israel. And that's what was thwarted.
Well, when President Reagan spoke in 1983, he spoke about global threats to our democracy, which your country bears the brunt of. I mean, we're fine and dandy, halfway across the world, but this is something your small little nation deals with every single day. And of course, we saw it, on October 7th in very grand terms. But these are global threats to our democracy.
They are, and if we look at all of these people, these are all part of the Iranian axis, the empire of evil. And Iran is not only talking about Israel, Iran is talking about the United States. And look at the infiltration into the United States, into the borders, into universities. Look at Iran's own lingo. I mean, the Houthis were not put in place because of Israel. They're located 1,000 miles away from Israel on a choke point that's affecting not Israeli consumers, affecting American consumers. I mean, they're stopping American ships. So I'm so glad that we're talking about this. Israel's enemy that we are fighting, literally not far from my home right now, is an enemy of the entire Western world. Every one of those rockets that's pointed at Israel could just as easily be pointing towards the United States.
We haven't confirmed Yahya Sinwar, who took over after Hania was eliminated in Iran. Do you have any information whether he's dead, and what does it mean that if he has been eliminated?
Look, if Sinwar is eliminated, and everyone is waiting for the reports, including the IDF, it's very difficult to know if he's eliminated. It's been very, very quiet. There's intelligence reasons for us to believe that perhaps he was eliminated. What this would mean is cutting the head off the snake. However, we have to understand Hamas ideology and Hamas ability to move forward. It wouldn't stop with the elimination of Sinwar. It would weaken their command and control structure to the point at which you already have Hamas has been reduced to individual acting units. If we take away the will of Hamas and we break the back of Hamas's will, that will be the turning point in the war. Similarly, when the U.S. went in after Nazi Germany, they didn't destroy every Nazi. At the end of the day, they broke the will of the Nazis. It will contribute towards that. But as we know, especially with Israel right now, we're not going to count our chickens before they hatch. Certainly would be one of the most significant